around, everybody. So I'm gonna be referring to my notes on and off because this is new material for all of us. And because I haven't restarted my group, well, I've been pulling this stuff out all by my lonesome. All right, so some of this is familiar from the 1570s, some of it is not. One of the biggest differences in what I picked up from Kevin's translation of this 1561 is that it's a lot nastier. Like, Meyer talks about targets. Like, he's like, oh, you know, neck, throat, armpit, hip, groin, back of the knee. So he starts talking about that, he's like, but that's only if your opponent's armored. So he's giving you the beginning of Dagger Fechting for armor against armored opponents. He said, if they're not armored, whatever. Right, hit them anywhere. Hit them anywhere. And then it's even funnier when you get to the wrestling, it's like, oh, by the way, eye gouges, like all this stuff is not allowed in Fechtschule. So he goes into stuff, so he's a lot more of a martial bent from the beginning with this. He has basically, we've all seen high guard, so whether you're this one, right, so he's got his high guard. That's always there. His low guard, again, he does a low guard here and a low guard here. You guys have probably all seen this stuff. His middle guard, which he calls cross, I think, in the 1570, is that, right? But he says it's also this. And this one, he says it's here. So it's either going to be here or he said with your hands close to each other. So you're like in this range. So that's something we haven't seen before. That's a new piece, which is kind of cool. Like there's a lot of new little bits and pieces in here. Let's start by, he gives you basically 3 ways to parry. One is with the left hand, and that's either going to be reverse parry or not reverse parry, but same thing, low, high. The rest are with the right hand, but he only does this, where he lays the dagger here for his upper parries, and then he has the ones that are the catchy parries like this. So let's just pair up with somebody that you're comfortable working with, please. Let me grab a volunteer here. A volunteer?
He's close.
Cool, you're close. So we'll go side to side here. So I want you to work the left hand parry first. So put your left foot forward, left hand here. You can have your dagger, you don't have to. For stabbing from above, he's going to do this. What I want you to do is this. He does a lot of grabbing. Do not grab to start, please. Don't do this. Because he might just blow right through this thumb if it's a different angle, right? Do this first and then you can grab. Or, same idea, do this first, like get that in there, and then you can grab after that. So work on boom, grabbing, but don't, like I don't want to do this. That's a bad idea. This is very weak through here. And if he's coming hard with that, it's just going to dislocate my thumb and knock it down. We don't want that to happen. So again, stop it first. You can just work on stopping. Stop it first. But you want that extension, this motion, right? All of our nice Meyer hippie stuff. So like we're hanging out here, strike comes, you just pop up. You want that extension, right? Make sure you have extension, structure, because you won't even feel it. It'll just be impacting here, but you have all of this behind it. So work on that for a little bit, and then we'll work on some of the other pairs. Yeah. Pair up, go as slowly or quickly as you like. If you want a hand, let me know. I'll come over and give you hand and stuff. You can still have your dagger, yeah. You don't put your dagger, I just did it for the hell of it. You don't put your dagger away, you can hold it. It's going to be a deflection. Great. All right, folks. Let's bring it back together. So does that all make sense? Like why we don't want to leave our thumbs out there, right? Yeah. All right, good. We don't want to leave our thumbs out there. So the next parry we're going to do, and Meyer, like I said, in the 1561, he lays it here for that upper parry. He lays it there for a low parry as well. So he does that. But actually, before we do that, let's do a little bit of same idea with the left hand, but from a low stab. Right, so that where you're going to be down or down depending on the angle of that strike. All right? So same idea, and then if you're coming from this posture or this posture, use your hips, please. Use your extension, use your structure to make that stop, right? So let's do a little bit of that with the left hand again. People will be coming with a low strike in some form or another. We can do this way, whatever. So with a low strike. Go ahead. Same part, that should work. All right, bring it back in, guys. I know, right? Some guys in Boston. All right, so let's bring it in. There's a couple of things we're going to do with those kind of parries. Meyer also has his parries where they're the two-handed parries. So those are pretty straightforward. You can, again, do them. So if, again, you're in there and the strike comes from high, there's your two-handed parry. If you make sure it's away from you, like make sure you have this on your here, because if I'm low, ow, so make sure that's up. You want to really extend that. Same thing on the low. So it's coming in, right? You're here, comes in. You want to catch down low with same idea. Dagger blades here, this is here. So catching low, catching high. Extend, 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 because these things do. So make sure that you are very well extended. You have a lot of distance in there, so try those as well. You can do this simply by dropping down with body count. So dropping down and catching up. Yeah. So give that a shot. Oh, is this recording up here? Yeah, we're good. Yeah. All right. So let's so you guys got the ideas around those things. So the other couple parries he does. I mean, obviously this can be a single-handed parry as well. He does that a bunch. The other parries he does is where he's taking the dagger and taking a strike from above, often, or a strike from a fort somewhere, intercepting it. So if there's a strike that comes and he's hanging here, he might stab over, right? Or he might stab over, right? Just to get it out of the way. Often he'll pin it to him, like this. You'll get a pinning action in there. But those are for some of the techniques we'll do. You guys are probably pretty familiar with that, so just do a little bit of that as this. Just do it with high strikes. Take it one way, take it the other way. Try pinning it to you with the dagger, and roll from there. Go ahead. Bring it back one more time. So now we'll start with the first technique that he does in the 1561, which is also the 1570. And so basically what you're doing is, this is against the high thrust. He doesn't give you a posture per se in this one. I'm going to hang out here because it's a nice comfy place to hang out in. As he thrusts, you're going to stop with an inverted left hand. You're going to grab this, and the big thing is you wrench it away. See the turn? You wrench it away and you strike here and break it, right? So that's the first piece. So inverted left hand, grab, turn away, strike the elbow with the palm of your dagger. So take it slow. I'll walk around. We'll see how it's going. But remember, inverted left hand parry, grab, wrenching away. So make sure you're going to move. Right? You're going to move. Anytime you're striking, you move your body. A high strike coming in. So any given high strike, you should be able to stop with an inverted left hand parry. So nice and easy, take your time. High strike, parry, wrench. Okay. So we're going to go a little bit out of order because this is sort of a related technique to what's been going on. So it's the same, it's a little different style of arm break. So basically, someone's doing a thrust to your head, like a thwart thrust. So he's gonna come in and thwart here to the side of the head. So he's coming like this, right? So he's gonna take out my head. So the idea is you're gonna do the catch parry here. You're gonna pull. You're gonna let him continue. You're gonna pull him to you and turn and break his arm right there, just like that. Okay. So this is another different little. The first one was this nice little elbow break. This one you're hanging out here. You see a nice wide thwart coming. You're going to get away from that. Catch, pull it to your chest, turn your body and make it break right through here. You can take your steps over what you need. So make sure you're using your body again, nice and slow. You're here, fourth thrust is coming. Catch, pull, break in here. Right? And so it all really goes, it's a big snappy motion when you get it going. Catch, pulls, boom. So catching, pulling holding to your chest, turning your body for the break on the back of the arm. Okay? Right. So you're going to come in forward thrust to my head. Oh, yeah, so like that. Right? Okay, cool. So that's what I want you to do is come forward thrust to my head. When you come catch, pull your tongue in, and then break here or here. Right? Either way. Get the capital here. Here. Got it? I think so. Go ahead and try it. Okay. Yeah. So, couple of key points on this, guys. Couple of key points on this. Make sure that you're on the elbow. So if I go here and the fourth thrust comes, come right in here, you catch. Please make sure you're on the elbow. If you're up here, bend your elbow. Shift. Right? Shift. So be on that elbow. Either hand or elbow. Either way. So that's definitely that's the biggest thing is if you go above or below, he's going to be able to have the ability to bend that elbow and get out of that place. Chris?
Hey, big sexy man. Can I have a dagger? Whoa.
Oh, you can come in.
I'm coming in. Whoa, what the is that?
Oh, they're the, he's that.
No, wait. No, this is very horrific.
Yeah, so. Time to be alive. Yeah. Forward thrust. Right? So you're going to throw it right to my head. So as you go, hold. Here's the break. Here's the break. Either way. Right? Nice. So elbow. If I'm above, he bends. Bend your elbow. I'm screwed. Like he's putting my dagger back in, we're in a wrestling match. If you're on the elbow, if you've broken the elbow, he's not bending at this point. That's just not going to happen. Right?
I'm in a bad way to break.
Yeah. Right, so that's the idea. So you're here, he comes to the thwart, you get out of the pull it to your chest. As soon as you pull it to your chest, you turn. Pop right in here. Right on that elbow. Again, please not above, please not below. Otherwise there's gonna be trouble. So, alright,
Be gentle.
be kind, be nice. So they've been working on this one already for a little bit. Alright, we're gonna do one more, guys, because we're running low on time. So we didn't get to do a lot of this, but this is another fun one. We've been doing a lot of wrenching and breaking stuff, so why stop that? Right? Why stop there? So again, this is another inverted hand stop. So make sure your thumbs aren't out here. Right? So his strike comes from above, over this way. So I'm going to drop and invert my hand here. I'm not going to grab this time. I'm going to pommel through here, catch this, and break that shit. Right? Here, go into the ground safely. Right? So this is very quick. You go in, you hang in here. Make sure you don't grab right, you go whenever you want. You can throw whenever you like. Here, right? Right up through here, so I can point the dagger at his head if I want. And if you hug this to you, it gets worse.
Ah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot worse. So if you hug that to you, it gets a lot worse. So breaking it down to two, it should be one. Right, one motion, but just keep it as two for now so you can get the idea of, I want you to be able to stop, to actually grab if you need to, but you don't need to here. Popping through here.
Bend your elbow.
If you hug it to you, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
If you hug it to you, it's worse. Go ahead.
In general, also the person who's on the receiving end,
Yeah.
try and keep your elbow closer to your chest. I've had an injury like this. If you keep your arm out, you can technically pop your elbow out of your socket.
Yes, you can take the whole shoulder out.
Yeah.
Which is the idea is what they do. There's this technique is a technique from a Japanese martial art. It's called Onikadaki, demon crusher. All right? So it's the same thing with the dagger. And you just break.
That's a way better name.
Yeah, well, it is. Like I said, this is martial arts or martial arts or martial arts. It doesn't matter. So that's like literally the demon crusher. So, yeah, it is because, you stop here, you pop up through here, now you grab your hands together, and you make that break. You won't do it. Right? So it gets nasty. So go ahead and try that with your daggers. Again, there's the stop.
Hey, are we doing this?
All right. So there's the stop. Right? A little lever motion in there. So you can get, if his elbow's straight, you can break through it, grab together your hands. If I pull him in, it gets ugly. You be nice to your people. You want to keep training. So it's going to be there. You pull him if you want. But it literally is a break of the shoulder, which unfortunately you know too well.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, good, good.
Are they going to the ground?
Nice.
No, let's not go to the ground. Yeah. Yeah, just take them to where they feel it. So we're gonna do one more in here. So this one he's thrusting at you with rage, Meyer says, which means like he's gonna be like,
What'd you say about my mother?
right. So he's gonna come in and really through this. This is a bit of chasing, which we know from the longsword, where I am going to chase in on him. When I see him go up with rage, I'm coming here, like shit on that, right? No way, right? So the idea is that he comes in with rage, I'm trying to get him right below his elbow so I can't get hit. Then it says stab him to the anterior elbow, the neck, thwart through his arm, like all sorts of fun things. He can, stab away. This is one of his fun little stab away ones, but the key, the big piece is I'm going to use that left hand with structure as he's coming in with rage, get under here and stop that thrust. So look at all my targets, right? So plenty of targets, right? You got 1,000,001. Meyer says with Bloss Fechting and the dagger, stab him anywhere. Specifically, he goes anterior shoulder, throat, thwarting. So he goes, in this one he goes here, he goes there. He says thwart through the arm both ways, right? So, whatever you like, really. But the big thing is that when he comes in with rage, I drop my body and get under that elbow. I got to get down here. I don't want to be up here trying to do this. No way. Down here, structure, and then I have all the targets I want. Right? This is a great dagger. Right? It's a fun one, right? So try that out. Yes, sir.
When you're stepping, are you stepping towards the attack or are you dropping your back foot?
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
I know.
It's going to be very situational. So depending on where Chris is, if he's coming in really hard, I want to step back. All right, shit. All right. If I can catch him and chase him, I can come in. Right. So whatever works, whatever is whatever you need to do, depending on his attack. Nice rage strike, by the way.
Hey, that's what you said, rage.
Strike at range. So, but make sure you are below the elbow, so it can't slip in any way from you. As that rage strike comes in, you want to make sure it's going to be there, and as you impact it, it's going to extend. You should be able to stop it with your structure, stab away. All right? Give it a shot. Come around and take a look. All right, I will stab it with rage. Could be. So basically, what the stabbing with rage means, like, I'm telegraphing my strike. Right, I am telegraphing my strike.
Type 1 dagger stabber.
Right, I am going to come and stab you. This is big telegraph.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
He's going to bend his arm and kill you.
Yeah.
Don't let him bend his arm and kill you. Just get really low. He comes in to kill you.
The eye gouge.
Very good. Well, that's in there. Right, you have plenty of targets. Yeah, just get there. Telegraph. Don't wait till your elbow bent. Don't wait for him to get to you. This is like a knot. This is like a knot rise, like a chase. You chase into him. Yeah, chase. That's it. Chase in there. He's telegraphing you so much you don't want to complete the seal on him completely. That's it.
It's like this
And so
isn't
same
just an
idea as
attack.
you can move in on him.
Yep.
When you see him go back, just start going in. He's going to go back. Right. Boom. Oh, there he goes.
That's even better.
So that's a little bit of, like I said, we had a little bit of shorter time. That's a little bit of, we went quickly over going to the ground stuff. Practice, practice, practice. Get as low as you can to the ground before doing any of those techniques. With the dagger stuff, there's just a little flavor of the 1561. There's a lot more in there that we didn't do. Hope you enjoyed what we did. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.